Welcome to my hobby home. Today I am going to be doing the Measures Quilty pillow top. This is the one that I'm going to try to do. I have come across a few issues with the pattern, so I'm just going to start sewing it. These are our pieces we have here. We're going to start with the D's. It looks like these here match up here on the ends. And these are being sewn on a 1/4 inch. Okay, and that's what we're going to have right there. So that's going to be one. So next we have these. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the checkered one is going to be the shorter one. We're just going to match those up there. And that's going to be that block. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take this block and add it to this block, like so. You know, if it don't work, I'll just seam rip it. So this is going to create our first point. So I'm going to lay that over here. I'm going to try to do chain sewing here because it takes a lot to cut that thread. So now I have all 4 of my points. So now what I have to do is assemble my points. Okay, so this is going to be a top point. So these are going to go together right here. These two right here are going to go together. I'm trying to match the seams, and of course they're not going to match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this right here at that corner. I'm going to pin this right here on this seam. I'm pinning the seams down right there. And I'm going to show y'all. Ain't this the cutest thing y'all ever seen? A little hedgehog pin cushion. That's the cutest thing I've ever seen, I think. Okay. So it goes all the way across. So what I'm trying to do is to get the seams to nest. And failing miserably at it, but I'm trying. Okay, so I am going to start at the point and sew down, and then I'm going to start on the other side. And yes, you see me putting that down on the pen. I'm going to put my needle down. I know it's not on the pen. So now I'm removing my pen. And I have a Temu haul that I had some little button pins. Those things are way too thin to do this. So just so you know, get the good things. Now I am probably sewing this completely wrong, but I feel more comfortable sewing this from the center point back here. Now I'm going to pull this pin out, but I can feel that my seam is nested. And yes, I have a stiletto, but I'm just going to use my little scissors right here because they're right here, and it's just to tuck that seam in. I'm going to then make sure this all matches up real good. Now, notice my seams are not pressed because I had to correct the way I pressed them. So I am going to correct the press on my seams. Which is okay, because before I put it on a pillow, I am going to do a good steam press on it. Okay, so now I'm going to trim my threads, and I'm going to tell y'all, get you a bucket like this, a little bucket. This works perfect for a little garbage can, and you can have it right on your I have mine right here behind my soul. So this is how it's supposed to look. This is you've got this one going to the side, this one going that way also. So now I have to get my next square, which is another one going to the side like this. I'm hoping, yes, that's going to be correct. So then we're going to put these together right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to nest that seam right there, because that's a good starting point to know that I am at the correct location. Since we have more corners here coming together. Okay. So since this seam is going over in this direction, I'm going to make sure this back seam is going the other direction, so I can technically nest that. Now this is going to be very thick. I can't imagine what it's going to be by the end of putting all these pieces together. So what I'm going to do is start at the center again and work my way out. And of course I'm going to leave that pin on there, which is okay as long as I'm not putting my needle in. Oh, I need to lift my my needle up. Okay. Oh, that had a little trouble coming off of that. So let's make sure our corners here are good. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, not matching up. I'm not real good at this. Well, that matched up. That didn't match up, but that's okay. It's gonna be my pillow. Then let's see what our next one is. It's gonna be okay. Okay, I'm trying to see how I want to. Let me see if I can turn you to see what I'm doing here. Trying to see how I want to pin this right here. I'm going to make my seams nest right here. Now I will say this is the first time I've ever made a pillow like this, so it may end up being a big old honking mess, but I'm having faith. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this seam go the other direction there. Okay. Yes, this is a mess right here. I'm going to try this. Let me get all this trimmed up right here. And I'm going to get right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, of course, start again right in the center. I'm not sure that's such a great idea, but that is easiest for me to do because I know that I can adjust any seams I need to adjust. Okay. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll turn you back there. I'm actually not so sure how this is turning out, but hey, I'm trying on this. And the reason I can do this with new eyes is because I'm new to a pattern like this. I've never done one like this before. Okay, so here we go. We've got to have this whole thing go straight across here. It might have been easier had I sewn two together and then, okay, I noticed my seam right here is kind of sewn under. I'm just going to pluck a few stitches out of that to flatten it out here for me, where I can put this together. Okay. I'm going to go on and nest these seams first. Right like that. I guess I did all of them the same direction, so it's kind of making it difficult. So now this is a thick knot right up in there, so we are going to be very careful right there. We're going to make sure to pin everything down that in that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is trim this. I don't want any extra strings that may be getting in the way. To lay this up under here, move that pin out just a wee bit. I'm gonna okay. Yeah, I really do like these little things. They got little butterflies on them. They came with my little hedgehog. That's not the cutest little thing. Let's see if we can get this to match up. Okay, yeah, it's going to be a little difficult. So, just going to help it out a little bit there. Get past that hump. And I'm going to pull that out because I can keep the seam nested right there with my hand. Sure, once I get the needle in that seam, I'm going to make sure. Okay. Now I got that put together, so can't guarantee it's going to be pretty, so let's not hold our breath. Let's look. Oh, that does look cute. Let me get my board here. I don't know if this is big enough, but it's not holding. Get my hedgehog out of the way. Let me lay it down and get it on my board. Well, it's not big enough, but it looks cute. Now I'm going to press it really good. You may see me reaching over here. This is what I'm reaching for. That's my other little bucket I have. But next, we assemble the other pieces. So this is going to be our top. So we've got to put this, our C, in there. Now this does not come with detailed instructions about what goes when or where. It just says put the blocks together. That's one of my, I'm going to read this to you. Stitching together accurate patchworks. No, you don't need that. Sew pieces along the edge to join them into blocks. Okay, what pieces? Let's see. Sew all the blocks together. So I don't see any blocks. I mean, if they're counting this as a block and this is a block, yeah, I can see that, but that's not a block. To me, a block is square. But I don't know. We're winging it at this point. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this and it is going to fit in right here. So that means it has to go on this side and then once that's sewn, it'll go on the other side too. So I'm going to let me start it on the other side because it's just easier to sew this direction. Yeah, this is not going to be something I do from the center. I'm going to match up my ends. I'm going to go on and pin those though. Maybe this is what I was talking about, sewing together first. Because this may definitely be a hot mess. Now, just so everybody knows, what I'm used to sewing is clothes. I'm not used to sewing pillows with points. So, this is going to be quite comical, possibly. But hey, I'm willing to try, and that's the whole point of me getting back into this. I wanted to find new techniques that's out there, new fabrics, new notions. Trying to figure out how far I'm going on this. I need to move my pen. I'm putting my pen where that seam is. So I know exactly where that seam is, where it's going to go to a point. Okay, so in order to keep my pen there, I'm just going to raise the foot up so it goes over the pen. Because my needle stops in a down position. going to press that down. I'm going to go in and remove that needle. I can feel the seam here. And I'm sure I'll be able to feel it with my needle too. There it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I did one back stitch in that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is turn it this direction. See what we're trying to do here. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make my seams lay flat, so I'm going to unstitch anything that is making it not lay flat. There may be one or two stitches right here that okay, now that's laying flat. So what I'll do is I will put a needle in that. I'll put a needle or a pin right there in that seam. I'm going to go in and put one in this seam. Make sure we're meeting up, and I will always check that too. So okay. So what I'm going to do is this under here. I'm trying to get it right at that seam. Leave that pin out of the way, put that needle down. And let's see what we can do. I'm sorry if y'all can't see this, but when I say my hands are all up under that sewing machine. Let's see what kind of mess we just created, or see if it worked. Oh, it worked. Look, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, then I'm going to move to this side right here, And this is going to be a square. It's going to be a. So what we're going to do, we're going to put, let me trim these strings out of the way. Now this has been some beautiful fabric. That this is the Mrs. Quilty July box, or the one I got in July. I started, no, it was the July box. That was my second box. But this is the first project. I think I'm going to start on this side. It's just going to make it easier. This is the first project I've made out of their box, because I thought, well, you know, what's the point of getting it if I don't try it out? And I want, you know, new sewers. I'm going to pin this in several places here just to secure it. Because I was thinking, you know, I'm sure a lot of people, I've seen projects completed, but I've never seen anybody doing one of the projects. So and I'm a complete novice at this part. I'm new to quilting. I've just started quilting about March, I believe. When I found out I was going to have a grandbaby was when I started quilting. Okay. And I'm going to go slow so I can feel that. There it is. I'm going to do one back stitch. I'm going to raise my needle. I'm going to go on and pull that out, because now I have to turn it this direction to get the other side. There's probably an easier way to do this. I was just trying to follow the instructions of the book and our booklet, and it was not very clear how to do it. I think on one of the others I'm going to try to pin the whole thing together and do it at one time. Maybe that'll make a difference. So what I'm going to do is turn this one over. Oh, that didn't match up very good at all, did it? So what I'm going to try to do is make it match up. What I'm doing is I'm just holding that seam down Now let's see what this looks like. Oh, well, that's pretty. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to go on and complete these other two, and I'll bring you back after that so you can see the completed top. Okay, I have finished the pillow top, and I have to say that it is very pretty. This is not for a beginner, not with all these points and stuff. I can't say that mine turned out very good, but it'll be fine on a pillow because nobody will see it. But I hope you can see that. I think I've got it where you can see it. I don't think I'll be making the other ones. This one I think will be good enough. I'm sorry I have bumped into y'all here. But yeah, this is the pillow cover. That's the top. You can see it is this one right here. That's the one I did. So I think it got pretty close to it. Let's see if I can get that closer to you so you can see it. But yeah, there is some instructions in the booklet that does not, there's some instructions referenced in the booklet that are not in the booklet. Like step 9 of this says fold each pillow, and it tells you to refer to the pillow back assembly design or diagram. I checked in my initial package of information that I got. I checked online. I checked on their Facebook page. I cannot find this diagram anywhere. I have emailed Mrs. Quilty about this. They've been very responsive in getting with me. Initially, I did not get the digital guide, so I had initially emailed about that, and I got that within 24 hours. But this, I did have to send pictures of the booklet, letting them know what step and everything that I was looking for, because there is no diagram in the booklet at all about backing, and I'm testing this as a new person. I want to make sure a brand new person can come in and do this. Now this right here, I would say if you do not have any sewing experience at all and you're learning, this is not the one with all these points, and it's not the one. But yeah, so but this is it, and hopefully I'll get the instructions on how to do the back. I'm going to sandwich this with my batting and then my muslin on the back of it, and I'm going to quilt it. And once I get the pillow back instructions, I will put the pillow back on it and then put a pillow form in it. And hopefully I'll have all of this done before the next Mrs. Quilty box comes out, and I will show you the pillow at that unboxing. So I appreciate everybody stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and if you want to see new content as I upload it, click on that notification bell, and anytime I upload new content, you'll receive a notification. And until we see each other again, have a blessed day. Goodbye.